Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me today on the Divine Messages podcast. My name is Karina, and I am a psychic medium out of Calgary, Alberta. Today's episode is all about living life to the fullest. I knew that going into my 50th year that I had to make life count. I had to live life to the fullest in every possible way. I know that I always say to live life to the fullest, but this year was quite different for me. Something happened to my soul last year when I turned 49. I suddenly realized that life was passing by so quickly, and I felt that it was time for me to change a few things about how I lived. I didn't want to ever feel that I had wasted my time on earth. I knew that I had to start doing more. I think something happens to you as you turn 50. It is somewhat of a wake-up call. You start to realize that you may or may not have a certain amount of years left to do the things that you truly want to do. Being a medium makes this feeling even more intense, as all I ever see is death in my job. I talked to so many spirits who all believed that they had time. Each one of them had plans for tomorrow, next week, or even next year. It is one of those things that we all feel, that we have time. It is scary when someone passes away and we think, geez, I wonder what plans they had. Did they get to live their life the way that they wanted to? Did they feel that they were invincible at all? Each morning that we wake up, we actually don't realize that it is quite the gift. We can all take life for granted and believe that we all have plenty of time to fulfill our lives. But do we? Again, as a medium, I know we don't. Life can truly change in the blink of an eye, and so many are left with regret. Regret that they didn't get to do all of the things that they had thought that they had time for. Because in reality, we all say tomorrow. I didn't want to be like one of the spirits that I had talked to that had regret. I wanted to make sure that I lived my life in a way that would teach others how to live theirs. So I started to post my excursions on Instagram and Facebook. And here's the thing. As a psychic medium, I knew which people resented me for posting my life. With each post, someone would unfollow me. I know that not everyone is happy for me, and believe me, I don't post to rub it in anyone's face or show off in any way. I posted so that I could hopefully put out the message to start truly living. I wanted to show everyone that it is possible to live your life on your own terms. I could always see and feel the people that had jealousy towards my posts, and that is fully okay. I know that each post would create a sense of resentment from some. I am fully aware, but what I know is that I had to post regardless of the jealousy. I had to post to teach others how to truly live their life. I could feel each time that I posted who was watching my stories with animosity. I could feel them and almost see them rolling their eyes with each new photo or video that I shared. And yet, I knew that I had to post anyway. I know one thing for sure, and that's that I don't want to wake up one day and wonder what the hell I did with my life. And I think that's what kind of happened to me when I turned 49. I saw ahead for my future, and I felt that I needed to act fast and didn't want to become the person that thought I had time. I recently just took a bucket list trip to Thailand for my 50th birthday in October. I wanted to wake up on my birthday somewhere that I knew would feel as if it would be life-changing, and boy, was it ever. I wanted to show my children that it is completely normal to book a trip across the world and live life to its absolute fullest. I wanted to show them that we could work very hard, but how important it is to play harder. I didn't want them to see their mom constantly focusing on work in the house. I wanted them to see how important it is to nurture the soul, to breathe, to slow down, and to take the time to enjoy this life. I know that I live my life very differently than most, but when your job is all about how life can change so suddenly, and all you see is death, it makes you want to live, and I mean really live. I have taken over 10 trips this last year as I had this sort of urgency to go and explore the world. I went to Costa Rica, Halifax, Palm Springs, Maui, Texas, Italy, Paris, Spain, Halifax again, and then Thailand. And that doesn't include my work trips. That being said, I recently went on a work trip to Saskatchewan. I was there for 4 days, and I learned just how important it is to live life to the fullest. This is what I posted right after I got home about what had happened. It is true that everything happens for a reason. On the night before we left to work in Saskatchewan, my sister-in-law and I went for a walk. There were deer everywhere. And if anyone knows me, they know that I love animals like my own children. I have a very special bond with them. That night, I was telling all these deer how much I loved them. I know that sounds rather silly, but I tell all animals how I feel about them. After multiple group readings in Strasbourg, we headed back to Saskatoon. It is about a 2-hour drive. I had an eerie feeling that I just couldn't shake. Out of nowhere, a huge buck came running up from the side of the road. I truly saw multiple scenarios play out before my eyes in that short time. I had a vision of hitting him head on. I yelled at him to move. I was begging him to run the other way. I didn't want to hurt him. Sadly, he jumped out and ran right at us. I don't even know how I managed to move the car sideways. He hit the passenger mirror. I watched his poor body split in half. Sorry, that is so graphic. I will forever remember the sound of my screaming. I pulled over on the highway. I jumped out of the car and went into shock. I could not stop crying because I killed a beautiful being. Another deer was with him and watched him die. People keep telling me that it happens all the time. I understand this, but I feel on a level that a lot of people can't. The animals are the ones that saved me in so many ways growing up on the farm. I spent all of my time in the barn loving them. This hurt me to my very core. It did not truly hit me until that night that we could have died. It could have been way worse. Someone saved us for sure. I am protected in many ways, and for that I am grateful. The only damage done to the car was a broken mirror. That is nothing short of a miracle. The new rental we picked up had 777 on the license plate, and the lights on the dash looked like angel wings. The next morning I woke up with purpose and a fire inside of me like never before. I worked the entire day and felt my life was spared, as I still have a lot of work to do here. Saskatchewan is special for so many reasons. Tracy and I did a beautiful ceremony for him at the park before we flew home. We knew that we had to show our gratitude for sparing our lives that day. Now this is why I say that I live my life differently than most. I am fully aware of each breath, of each moment, and of each day. I have had way too many close calls with my own life, and I don't believe that they happened for nothing. I believe that they happened so I could teach about it. I could tell everyone to start making it count, to get out of the daily routine and start doing things that make their heart and soul feel fulfilled. Think of how quickly our days pass by. I myself have said, "Oh my God, how is it almost Christmas already? Where did a year go?" Well, as we all know, it flies by in the blink of an eye. I also recently posted this quote on social media that I think is very important. The first half of life is about becoming who you needed to be to survive. The second half is about unraveling everything that no longer aligns with your soul's purpose. That's not a midlife crisis, it's a rebirth. And then I wrote, as you age, you suddenly awaken to the world around you. You start to question how much time you have left. You start to wonder how many years you have of good health. It is not a midlife crisis. It is a reminder to make each day count. It is a gentle nudge to start living life to the fullest in every possible way. I have had many clients this week who are realizing that it is time to start doing everything that brings a sense of joy and peace to their lives. I have also had this sense of urgency to be more present. We all wait for tomorrow, for Friday, for next week, next month, or even next year. But what about today? Something inside of me has shifted. It is time to stop, breathe, and enjoy the now. Time for reflection, gratitude, and appreciating all of the little things. Tomorrow is not promised. Here is your friendly reminder to slow down and sit in the present moment. Do something that will bring your soul true joy and happiness. And that's what I posted not long ago. So yes, something drastic happens in midlife. You truly start to reevaluate everything. But why wait until midlife to realize this? Hence why I am doing this episode. Start now. It is never too late. Gosh, if I could go back and tell my younger self all of this advice, I would have done a lot of things differently, I'm sure. We speed through life, waiting for happiness that we believe is only found in our future moments. But we forget that the present moment is crucial, finding joy in the here and now. I have given so many years of my life to helping others. I have spent all of these years working full-time, doing a podcast, being a mom and wife, and keeping a household together. So many times I was running on empty and burning out. That accident in Saskatchewan was quite the wake-up call for me. I thought that taking all of these trips was my self-care, and it was, but I forgot about the day-to-day. I have been in robotic mode for so long. I know that it is time to start making big life changes before it is too late. Time to start really living more in the moment. So I want to leave you all with this today. Don't wait until tomorrow to find your joy. Get up, get going, and start doing all of the things that you have always dreamed of doing. You can always make more money, but you cannot make more time. Money is just an energy, and trust me, you can't take it with you. So enjoy your life. Of course, do it wisely, but try to live a little bit more. Take the trip. Forgive yourself and others. Let the past go and eat the damn cake. Well, I want to thank you all for joining me for Season 1 of the Divine Messages podcast. I will be taking a little bit of a break until the new year, and I will be back with Season 2. I am so grateful for all of you that have been listening and following my journey, especially from the beginning. It means the world to me that you allow me to pour out my heart and soul on this podcast. If you would like to book a reading with me, I can be reached at www.divinemessages.ca or on Instagram at divinemessages333 or at the Divine Messages podcast. Please bear in mind that the perspectives and opinions represented in this podcast are based solely on the Divine Messages interpretations. We can in no way be held responsible for the actions of our followers.